very good morning to you from this beautiful northern European country of Estonia. I'm currently in a place called Tartu, which is the European Cultural Capital for 2024 and 2025. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful city, and of course, it's absolutely wonderful to understand that sitting in a temperature of say about 13 degrees. It's lovely to talk to the students sitting in an absolutely hot and humid Delhi at the moment. It's always a pleasure to be with you all. Thank you so much, Professor God, Dr. Godji, for the students and for the faculty and for your peers and your leaders. We work together, so I can assure the people around, as they already know, that it's an absolute honor and a pleasure to be around with you, Professor God. I'm not going to take a lot of time as far as you're concerned. As you know, some of you at least know that after being the Vice-Chancellor of 4 universities in India, I moved outside India about 5 years ago. And now I'm the Group Rector and Vice-Chancellor of 3 institutions, 3 universities, one in Switzerland, one in France, and one in Malta. Basically, when we say that Bharat is moving on to become a Vishwa Guru, I won't want to comment on the political part of it, but I will definitely comment on the educational, the scientific, and the research part of it. For those of us, and I can say this with responsibility because I moved abroad to work as a software engineer way back in 1998 in Boston. So since then, I've come a long way, and I can assure you, we are truly around the globe, except for a few countries, especially neighboring us. Other than that, the entire world is looking up to us. And what it does for you, especially those of you who are starting your education, Diksha Arambh, what is going to happen is by the time you come out with your degree, the world will be a riper place for you for coming out and excelling with your ideas and informations and thoughts and thought processes. 2 things I'm going to talk to you about today. I'm running lots of business and IT programs in Europe. So I can assure you, business is one area, one subject that will never go down, that never goes down. Everything and anything in the world works and runs if finances are available in the company, in the organization, in the country. When I say country, you understand what happens when countries don't have money. Look at our northwestern neighbor, for example. Money comes not just by acumen, it basically comes by an understanding of business. Hence, the topic, the subject that you are in, that is something that is not going to go away anywhere during my lifetime or your lifetime or even the lifetime of your own grandchildren, whenever they come. My only request to you is to be global and to think global. It is high time where we move out of the boundary lines that have been drawn by people on a piece of paper. We don't even know how they were, and we have been discussing on these boundaries for the eternity now. Look at how Europe is growing, how European Union is. Yesterday I was in Switzerland, then I moved to France, today I am in Estonia. There are no border checks within the countries. Within European Union, you can drive from one country to the other. In India, when you move from Noida to Delhi, you see that you are moving to Delhi. There are people waiting for you. Even now there is police around there. In Europe, for example, you do not know. Recently, I took a long drive. I moved into Norway, and from Sweden I moved into Norway. Came into Finland. Took a ferry to Estonia. Went down to Latvia. Went down to Lithuania. Went down to Poland. And there was not a single border, not a single policeman. Why? Because one of the major things that people would like to believe in and people would like to accept in Europe is the responsibility towards regulations and rules. A regulation and rules is not set up for you to follow them when someone is watching. It is for you yourself. And this is what is my talisman to you for today. Lots of people ask me, I've been the youngest Vice-Chancellor of a university in India and the record still holds. There are so many other things and people always ask me, what is the secret to your success? I tell everyone, and I'm going to tell you children as well, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen over here, that there is no fixed formula for success. One size fits all doesn't work here. What we need to understand is few basics that will never go away. Few universal facts that will never go away. The basic idea is a basic culture, a basic character of discipline, a basic character of commitment, a basic character of trustworthiness. Now this is precisely what will keep you growing and going throughout your life, throughout your career, no matter what the situation is, no matter what country you are in, no matter what city you are in. Even today, you would have noticed even in India, lots of times people would say, oh, he comes from an Indian Army's background. He's an Indian Army officer. Very difficult to work with him. He's very disciplined. That is the talisman. Indian Army, for example, has set up an example that it produces its officers, JCOs and other ranks as completely disciplined human beings. One of the things that Lloyd Business School can actually look forward to as far as creating disciplined professionals, disciplined global professionals is concerned across the globe. And it is absolutely important. Your own identity is the identity of the institution from where you are coming out. Please remember, once you move out, you will be the flag bearer, the torch bearer of the institute. Now is the time for the institute as well to groom you. The final thing, because Professor Ripu has been very clear with me that I am not supposed to speak for anything more than 15 minutes, and trust me, when a teacher is on the podium, 15 minutes moves to 150 minutes and you don't even know. I mean, I don't even know. The audience will of course go to sleep. I don't want to do that today. Not today. Today is the start of your Diksha. My final request to you is, many of you are going to become great leaders in business, great managers, great CEOs, great managing directors. Just remember one small thing. Never let schooling interfere in your education. I'm saying that again. Mark Twain used to say, I don't allow my schooling get in the way of my education. Schooling is one thing, education is another thing. Being literate is different from being educated. Please move forward, be educated, and remember the education basically means whoever you are, whatever you may become, the most important jewel in your crown glory of success is humility, is humbleness. Vidya Dadati Vinayam. We always say this in our Bharatiya Parampara, Hindu Parampara. Education begets humility. Something that Swami Vivekananda used to say, something that Albert Einstein preached, something that Mark Twain has been preaching, something that I have been requesting all my friends, my peers, people who have been around me, and people who have been kind enough to listen to me in the best of the times and their worst as well. All the best to you, my friends. It's an absolute pleasure to be with you. And before leaving, let me extend this invitation to all the students, faculty, members, and stakeholders of Royal Business School, led by, of course, Professor Ripu. Our campuses in Switzerland, France, Malta, and now hopefully very soon we'll start a fourth campus in Netherlands. Hopefully, my invitation is extended to all of you. Let it be considered as your own institute's extended campuses. You are welcome to come see the way of life in Europe. see the way education is imparted in Europe. Of course, there are things that are way ahead of how we do things in India. But there are many things in India that are way ahead of how they do things in Europe. So the basic understanding is nobody is better, nobody is worse. End of the day, it is it is the balancing act. We are extremely good in some things. We are not so good in some things. We are marginally good in some things. That's how the life is. Nobody can be an absolute champion, and nobody can be discarded as a no giver ever. We all have a lot to learn from each other, and that can happen only if our antennas are open, we are open to learning. Open-mindedness is the key to success, it is the key to learning. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful, wonderful time ahead. Have a wonderful, wonderful career ahead. Dhanyavad. Namaste. Jai Hind.
Years back when you used to be a Vice-Chancellor and I joined as one of the freshers. Not fresher, but likely a fresher. Thank you so very much for spending this valuable time. I understand how busy your schedule is. Thank you so very much from entire Lloyd family. We'd love to have you again, sir.